chances
get
of
past by, don't they?
yeah, or some okay. The Otter. Now I've seen the Otter built, I am slightly converted to it. I don't know yet, but even that, we looked at the Otter, the lighthouse we've got. I looked at the fan design for that. And nothing like what the fan who submitted it
Mm.
submitted, and I do think sometimes do they actually Lego said they're going to make a set. I suppose they like it for the royalties and the 10 cents, the 1% you get out. Then again, if you sell, 1% of still a fair amount of money, most probably. But I do wonder when they see the
Depends, doesn't
final
it? Yeah,
set.
if it's a popular set, like some of the, like Gizmo, for example, that was an idea set. I bet that made a fortune because that again has become like a Lego exclusive as well. You can't get that anywhere else aside from Lego.
Yeah,
So
so
people are buying it there. They're getting a lot of money.
he's mostly made quite a lot of royalties on that one. Actually, I'll give him that one. But yeah, I do wonder if they're ever disappointed in the final design when it gets made.
Mm.
But then again, I suppose if you've always wanted to be a Lego designer and you've done a Lego, I think just the kudos of saying I've got a set in store, must be
That is
be
pretty
quite
cool. Yeah. There was a documentary on Netflix about a guy that wanted to be a designer. And there was a guy featured on it that did the birds, and I think he was talking about how much money he got and how many. I think he got a couple of the sets as well for himself to just keep.
Yeah, you
I'd be
get
interested
given
to learn
10.
more about that.
Well, watch this space. I'll tell you about that towards the end of the show. There's something exciting coming on that one. But yeah, I've met a Lego designer. I forgot this.
We did.
So you've seen the Lego movie. Everyone's seen the Lego movie.
Who hasn't seen the
Unikitty.
Lego movie?
Yeah. So the Lego designer who designed Unikitty,
Okay.
and he was the head Lego designer. So me and Mel, when we first met, I met Mel in Norfolk. So Mel's from Norfolk, and we were travelling.
No, it was
Was it not
when we went to
Hastings, London? We were going
London.
somewhere.
Wasn't it when we saw your sister off to Australia?
Okay, it was when I seen my sister off.
And we had Elizabeth.
Yeah. So we were on the train at Liverpool in first class because I think we just jumped the seat because I wanted to sit comfortably. And I don't even think we paid for them. I don't think I sat there. It was busy. Right directly opposite was the fella who designed the Unikitty set. He was the head designer over at Lego. A lot of the old Lego documentaries. He's the one that will take you. He takes you into their archive room, the place where they've got one of every set. They've just got a room in building, one of every set ever made. What I would do for the keys to that, just to nab a few retired sets. Just they wouldn't have one of every set when I'd finished. The scoutness had come out in me. But we met him on a train, and I think I upset him because it was at a time when it was that difficult period, not quite 90s, but the difficult 2000 period where every set was really big and had lots of panel pieces rather than bricks. And I told him that all the sets at the moment were rubbish because they were just all panels, and we needed more playable features.
And he was the main designer.
And he was the head designer.
No.
I think I told him Unikitty was a bit naff as well, not knowing he designed Unikitty. And he was like, oh, that was one of them. Oops. Can't go back on that now.
Anyway, let's get back to this.